Yo, what's up guys? We're back with another video today, and guys, we're here to talk about what's next for these fighters, UFC 313 edition. I'm gonna be giving my thoughts on, what took place last night and who some of these fighters should be fighting. I'm only gonna be including like the most notable guys, so not everybody's gonna be on here, but I'm gonna give like the most notable guys on this card and even some of them who lost. So without further ado, let's start off with the main event. Alright, now for the main event, this one's pretty obvious in my opinion. Magomed versus Alex Pereira. Let's run it back, honestly, because, Dana White said that that's probably going to happen. I think that makes sense. I don't think anyone else at the division right now wants to fight for the belt. Even then, do you care? Do you care if anyone else besides Pereira fighting for the belt? I'm going to be straight up honest. Unless if it's Yuri. And I'm looking online, I'm seeing, Yuri, congratulating Ankalaev, being respectful, and then Ankalaev goes out there and he's just like, yeah, you're a fraud. And I'm just like, oh, this is the worst champion we've ever had, bro. Oh. And I gotta talk about this, man. I mean, all these Dagestanians, they say they're so humble and all that stuff. Some of them are, like Islam is. But, for Ankalaev, that is just such a lie. You can just see it, man. It's so disrespectful, honestly. Whatever. And now he's saying it's the big Ank time, and bro. But regardless, let's run it back. I think that in a rematch, this could go very differently for both guys. And I'm very interested to see in a rematch, because I think this is still winnable for Pereira, in my opinion. He just needs to work on some stuff in order to win this fight. And again, I will say it again, even though I think Pereira should have done a lot more because he got pushed back a lot, I still believe that Pereira won that fight. Alright, now for the co-main event with Justin Gaethje. He obviously defeated Rafael Fiziev in a very exciting fight, I will say. It was very exciting, very fun. Happy that Gaethje won it. Especially, a lot of people were questioning his chin, but no, his chin hold it up pretty well. It's just that one moment with Max Holloway where he just got beaten up so badly that, his chin just gave out. But no, his chin looked really good in this fight. And for who he should fight next, just rebook the Dan Hooker fight. It makes so much sense. Bro, this is literally something that this is just another banger fight. Do not say, anyone who watches this video, do not say that he should fight for the title shot or anyone above him. No, no, no. Not happening. I don't want to see Gaethje fight anyone else besides Dan Hooker. And it makes sense because, for one, I think if Gaethje wants to get back for the title, he needs to fight a couple more fights. I think that whoever wins this fight could definitely fight for the title. For Dan Hooker, this would be a legitimate opportunity. If he beats Gaethje, he could fight for the title. And for Gaethje, if he beats Dan Hooker, that's a pretty good win to have, and I would say that you could make an argument that he fights for the title right now, but I don't know. We just need this fight. This is such a banger, man. I'm so upset. Everyone is so upset that when Dan Hooker pulled out because he broke his arm, and his arm didn't seem like it was that badly broken. He just got it taken care of surgically. So I would say just make this maybe do this in July or in the summer, honestly, because this is such a good fight. We can't let this go away. Alright, now the next person we have is Rafael Fiziev and Basha Mendes. I mixed them both in here because I think, let me just get it first straight. So, Rafael obviously lost to Justin Gaethje. He lost by decision. So, in my opinion, he can't fight anyone above the rankings now. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He needs to fight someone below him. And who just came off a really good performance win? Ignacio Bahamondes. I mean, come on. And it's not, don't get me wrong, Fiziev took some decent damage. His face didn't look that badly bruised up. And honestly, I just think that this is a good fight. I think you could have this on maybe the international fight card. I think you could have this on there. I think that, wherever you have it on, you could have it as a Fight Night co-main or something like that. This is a really good matchup, I think, for both guys. And I could see both of them winning this, honestly. And I will say it again, this is a banger matchup right here. Come on now. Come on, Dana. This is the logic right here, I think. Come on, let's do this one. Alright, now for the next person we have is Mauricio Rufy. Now, Mauricio Rufy got a knockout of the year, in my opinion, against Bobby Green. That was, one of the most disgusting KOs I have ever seen. It was so vicious. Actually ridiculous right there. I'm so excited for Mauricio Rufy. I am a fan of him. Honestly, I don't want to see him fight any more unranked lightweights. Maybe give him one more fight, honestly, but like, he did really good. He did much better than I expected. And honestly, just give him like a top 15 opponent. And like, I was thinking of some opponents, right? I was thinking maybe Beneil Dariush, but Beneil Dariush is too high in my opinion, especially he's only fought like 3 times in the UFC, so I don't want to really see that at the moment. But I was thinking of Ignacio Bahamondes as well, because now he's going to be in the rankings, but I'm like, let's give Ignacio some other fights for now. And I ultimately came down with Mauricio Rufy versus Grant Dawson. Why did I choose this one? Well, right now, pretty much everyone in the division is like booked. You have Chandler versus Patty fighting. You have possibly Benoit Saint Denis fighting Joel Alvarez. I've heard that fight talk be like rumored a lot recently. There's just a lot of the lightweight guys are booked right now. And honestly, I don't know if they do Beneil Dariush versus Mauricio Rufy, I'll be completely happy with that. Don't get me wrong. I'll be completely happy. But I think for now, let's just do Mauricio Rufy versus Grant Dawson. I think this is a good test for Rufy because Grant Dawson is a wrestler. He is a very good wrestler in my opinion. And if Rufy can defend the takedowns and do good on the feet, I think he deserves someone after Grant Dawson if he gets a win over him. And as far as when this would be made, I would say do this because Rufy took like no damage, right? He took basically no damage. I think he got punched like once in that fight, so he's completely fine. He could fight like maybe like on the next pay-per-view if he wanted to. And Grant Dawson, he fought back in I think there was the Miami card with Kobe Covington and Joaquin Buckley. So like Grant Dawson's had the time to rest and recover. So I'd say do this fight. I think this is the most logical matchup for this, in my opinion. Again, if they do Rufy versus Benoit Saint Denis, I'll be very happy with that. But I think that Rufy versus Grant Dawson is the best fight right now. All right, now for Joshua Van. Now, Joshua Van, he had a boring fight, but it's not his fault. It was his opponent's fault because the dude wrestled for like the whole fight and decided not to strike. I like cut him from the sport, honestly, that dude. Cut him. Whatever. But for Joshua Van, he actually did really good by defending those takedowns a lot, so good for him. And honestly, I don't know why he's not ranked. He should be in the rankings because he is legitimately really good. And honestly, I don't want to see him fight anyone else but someone in the rankings. And I'd say give him... There were some guys you could do, but I think that a good matchup for him would be Tagir Alibekov. Because for one, Tagir is a grappler. And even though I think Joshua Van did good against the grappling in his fight, I still think that like him versus someone like Tagir would be a really good test because Tagir is on a different level, I would say. Because he's a Dagestani, he trains with Khabib, you know how it is. And if Joshua Van gets through Tagir, this puts him in the rankings and that gives him really better fights to make. So I think this is the most logical one right here. And I hope they make this fight, man. I'm on the Joshua Van hype train. All right, next person we have is Bruno Ferreira. Now, Bruno Ferreira submitted Arman Petrosian with an armbar. It was a really good fight. Good scrap, I would say. And to be honest, here's what I think. In my opinion, I think Bruno Ferreira should go down to welterweight. I think he would do a lot better in that division. But if he can't, he hasn't said he's going to. So let's say he stays in middleweight. There's not much you can really do with him at the moment because he just got a win in his last fight. He also lost to Abu, so you can't really give him someone that crazy right now. But I'd say just give him maybe a guy like Arman Petrosian or Cody Brundage, like a guy like that. That's like a good win for Ferreira to get back on like a winning streak. That's really what I have to say, to be honest. There's not much you could do right now for Bruno Ferreira. He's in a weird spot. All right, and the final person we have on here is Carlos Lee. Now, Carlos Lee got a first-round TKO win, or knockout win, over Alex Morono. And he really showed that he is a good fighter. He's a really good fighter, I'll give him that. And honestly, the only matchup that I want to see is Carlos Lee versus Rinat Fakhuriev in a rematch. Run this back because this was one of the worst robberies I have ever seen, honestly. I still can't get over the fact. Whenever I know that there's like a Carlos Lee like fight announcement or something like that, now like ever in the future, I'm just gonna remember that robbery because it was just a blatant robbery. So honestly, let's just get them just to run it back. We know that Carlos Lee is pretty good, and like Rinat Fakhuriev isn't really that good in my opinion. Honestly, he lost that fight in my opinion. I had Carlos Lee winning that fight. But guys, that is me covering most of the fighters on UFC 313 to discuss what's next for them. Let me know what you guys thought of these matchups. Do you guys agree with them? Do you not? Let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!